Hello, I'm John McKinney, President of IC Bus, and on behalf of the entire IC family, we'd like to thank you for your purchase decision. Our team understands that on a daily basis you move our nation's most precious cargo. We think that we have provided you the best product, most efficient, most reliable to get that job done. The video you're about to see is going to help you do that job even better. We're going to take you under the hood, around the outside of the product, and inside to show you how to get the most out of the product you now have purchased. Let's get started.
Let's get started under the hood. All of the daily driver CDL checks are located here at the left-hand side of the engine. This makes it easy and quick for the drivers to come in here and do their daily fluid checks. At this location, you can simply pull the engine oil dipstick to check the engine oil level. The transmission dipstick is located here also. You'll want to be careful that you do not overfill, as this might cause oil frothing and damage the transmission as badly as running with lack of oil. The coolant and power steering fluids are all translucent reservoirs, so they can be checked visually in just moments. The daily driver CDL checks properly performed help to make sure your bus runs smoothly and safely. The air cleaner makes sure the air going into the engine is clean. It is equipped with a gauge that measures resistance. As the cleaner gets dirty, the gauge will start to move from the green to the red area. Rely on this gauge. Do not open the air filter assembly unnecessarily, as this could introduce contaminants into the engine and cause premature wear or failure. Only open the assembly when the gauge tells you to, and you're ready to replace the filter. The engine air runs through a series of baffles so that large particles and moisture drop out before they reach the air filter. This extends filter life. Always make sure to look at the fan blades for any sign of damage. The fan turns very fast, and if there are cracks or signs of other damage, it is important to have the blade replaced before it comes apart and does further damage to the engine area. Also, inspect all belts to make sure that they are in good condition. It is easier to replace a belt before the bus leaves for the day than to have to send a tow truck to bring it back. Finally, make sure you look at the engine as a whole. Look for leaks or hoses that are loose or cracked. Once again, it is better to catch a problem early and have it fixed than to incur towing or road calls, not to mention the added cost of progressive damage to the engine. Remember, clean, fresh fluids filled to the proper level are critical. So if fluids are leaking out of a hose, the engine might be seriously damaged. Now let's move inside the bus to the driver's area. Optional switches will be located on the panel to the driver's left. These are self-explanatory, and they're going to be backlit for ease of use by the driver even in nighttime conditions. The most important switches for the driver will be located on the steering wheel. These are for the 8-lamp flasher system and the door open and door close device. By placing the switches in this position, it allows the driver to maintain control of the vehicle at all times. One of the most important things to know about IC buses is what all the lights on the dash mean. Some of these indicate that the bus is running in a routine manner. Others indicate that there is a problem. It is important for you to know the difference because you do not want to have to take the bus in for unnecessary repairs or service. The engine warning light means that some condition within the engine, such as pressure or temperature, has reached a warning level. If the condition stays the same or gets worse, the engine may eventually derate or even shut down to prevent damage. The engine shutdown light and warning tone is serious. Stop the bus immediately. Something in the engine has gone past the warning level and is now critical. Some engines may automatically shut down. If your engine doesn't, turn it off as soon as you can safely do so to avoid further damage. Then contact your IC bus dealer. Vehicles with max force engines are equipped with a malfunction indicator light, or MIL. It signals that there is something wrong in the vehicle's emission control system. You do not need to shut down immediately. Your vehicle is safe to drive, but you should get it serviced as soon as you can. A HEST or high exhaust system temperature lamp is only a signal that regeneration has been in progress, indicating a hot exhaust. The light comes on only occasionally and at low speeds. These conditions are normal, and the light simply tells you to be careful of what's around you if you're parking the bus because the exhaust temperature is high. DPF stands for diesel particulate filter, which captures the soot that would otherwise go into the air as smoke. If this light is on, you may also notice a message in the dash that says parked regeneration required. Over time, soot can clog the DPF, especially if you're in an operation where the bus starts and stops all day long, never really getting up to highway speed. If the light comes on and stays on, there's no need to panic, but you will be required to do one of two things. First, you can run the bus at highway speeds for 20 minutes or so, which should generate enough heat for the DPF to burn the soot to ash and clear itself. If you can't get on the highway, you'll need to do a parked regeneration. Having the engine warmed up to operating temperatures before regen will speed the process. When you see a flashing DPF light, it means the exhaust filter is just about full and the bus can't go much further. Without delay, complete a parked regeneration, because if you don't, the vehicle controller will begin to limit power to help prevent damage to the engine and the exhaust system. If the DPF light is flashing with a beeping alarm, it means the exhaust filter is completely full and the engine power is being derated to prevent damage. In some buses, the engine warn light will also be displayed. Immediately do a parked regeneration. To start a parked regeneration, find a place away from flammable materials, structures, or vapors where you can park for a minimum of 20 minutes. Set the parking brake, but leave the engine running. Put the vehicle in neutral. Now push the parked regeneration button on the right side of the dash. Also, if your bus has a regeneration inhibit switch, make sure it's not lit up or on. After you've pushed the park regeneration button, you should see a message in the dash that says parked regeneration active, and the engine RPMs will increase. That's normal. As the exhaust gets hotter, it will get quite hot, so be careful. It will burn the soot in the DPF and clean it out. Try not to interrupt the parked regeneration process. Wait until it completes. The DPF light will then go out, the message center will clear, and you can resume your normal driving. If the light does not go off, you will need to contact your closest IC bus dealership to determine the problem. The service interval feature provides a visual reminder to the operator that the oil change interval has expired and that routine maintenance should be performed. This feature measures the distance, time, or fuel used from the last maintenance performed on the vehicle and calculates when the next maintenance is due. Use the automated pre-trip lamp check feature to check your exterior lights. To initiate, turn the ignition key to auxiliary or accessory. Then hold down the work light for 5 seconds. The light indicators on the dash will begin to flash. With this Diamond Logic feature, you can check all lights except backup lights. Ultra-low sulfur diesel is required for all on-highway diesel engines used with advanced after-treatment systems. For complete details on fuel requirements, see the engine operation and maintenance manual supplied with the vehicle. Biodiesel blends having more than 5% pure biodiesel are not within diesel specifications. To determine acceptable biodiesel and biodiesel blends, refer to the engine operator and maintenance manual for the applicable engine. The MaxxForce engines do not use biodiesel blends higher than 20%. While the engine may appear to run properly with higher biodiesel contents, these can damage diesel oxidation catalyst and/or clog the DPF prematurely. Currently, the buses with MaxxForce 7 or MaxxForce DT engines do not require SCR or selective catalytic reduction systems to be 2010 compliant. In the future, SCR will be added to our medium-duty engines. Full power hydraulic brakes are standard on the CE bus. Full power hydraulic brakes offer 7% better stopping capacity than other hydraulic brake systems because the system operates much like an air brake system in that the energy is immediately available in accumulators. Many of the sounds that the driver will hear when the key is turned on are the pumps that make sure that the accumulators are completely charged. Other features of this system are powered park brake, which can be actuated by simply pushing the actuation switch on the dash, and automatic traction control. Air brakes are optional equipment, and if your bus is so equipped, check your owner's manual for information regarding periodically draining moisture that will collect in the reservoirs. Your bus may be equipped with automatic drain valves that ejects moisture and contaminants from the reservoir in which it is connected. It operates automatically and requires no manual assistance or control lines from other sources. The reservoir should be drained and the valve should be examined periodically to ensure that the drain passage is not obstructed. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, but most importantly, thank you for your purchase of an IC Bus product. Your IC Bus has been designed to give you years and years of productive service, and by following the advice in this video, you'll get the most out of your IC Bus product. Again, thank you. We appreciate your business.